Like, let me just speak to myself real quick. Where do you want to be in life? What is going to be the trajectory for you in life? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve in the future, and how long is that going to take you? What's the statement you want to have on your bank account? What's the statement you want to have in terms of relationships and family and friends and potential partner by your side? What is the type of life you want to live? Just be thinking to yourself. I would say that's the main thing. I look small on camera. And I am quite small actually. Absolutely. Doesn't really matter. But yeah. I just wanted to come here and record this video for myself and myself only. I'm probably gonna post it publicly on my documentation channel. But I gotta sit down with myself. What do I truly want to achieve in life? And who do I want to be? And what can I do today to become the person who I want to be in the future? I want to live a fast-paced, ADHD, dopamine-like lifestyle. Something where everything goes quick, a lot of stress, a lot of performance, fast this, fast that. I like that. I'm obsessed when things are going fast because I'm very impatient. And I don't want to switch my identity, but I do know that, especially in trading, in the business that I'm currently pursuing, it is something that, trading requires a lot of patience, a lot of acknowledgement for the fact that not everything is going to work out as you want it to work out. So for that reason, it's difficult. Because is there like a girl in there? Yeah, that's funny. But like for some reason, there is a way of a living that I just want to tap deeper into. And it's mainly around the concept of becoming a person in today's world that actually aligns with my own identity. Because what we see with whole social media is that every single individual, they're influencers, right? But no one really understands and grasps the idea of that's not how you're supposed to live. It's not like an influencer can tell you how to live your life. Well, yeah, it's cool, but like, I don't want to be patient. I want to get after that bag, and I don't want to settle down for marriage right now. Saying that with the cross on my chest, obviously, around my neck, I don't feel like I want to, like at this stage in life, I just want everything to align. I want every aspect in my life, whether this is fitness, finances, and obviously friendship and family and that kind of stuff. I feel like everything has to be aligned with each other to the point where it just makes sense and it clicks. Therefore, money, obviously, I want it to come fast, but I also want it to be strategic. I want to be pursuing this trading opportunity to enhance my portfolio and obviously, create and generate wealth for myself. But then I want my dating life to be fast as well. Situationships, hookups, that kind of stuff, which obviously sounds very bad. And obviously with the cross on my neck, that's not something I'm supposed to do. and living, it's not like living the life till Jesus, but it's not like full degenerate mode. I'm never going to seduce myself in drinking. I'm never going to seduce myself in smoking and in partying late at night. I'm just going to focus on myself, on enhancing my own human capabilities essentially. And that means that I want to, bring my social connections up to a level where I'm actually able to speak and, make out with girls. Because that's something that a lot of guys in this age are not able to do. And I genuinely just want to be that guy that is just a magnet to women. And also, someone that just looks charismatic when it comes down to business. I want to be someone that people can work with. I want to be someone that people are aligning themselves with. Of like, okay, you want to shake my hand? Let's do it, man. Let's close this deal. And that's just the identity that I just can't come up with myself right now without feeling any form of influence from the outer space. And after visiting Switzerland like a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, or like 3 weeks ago at this point, I realized a lot that at the end of the day, an individual can walk through streets and not be bothered, but an individual can also be walking through streets and be bothered by everything he sees. And what I mean with that is like, I walked and roamed through the streets of Zurich, Lucerne, just Switzerland in general, and also just driving around. Like, there's so much wealth just fluctuating through the streets and roaming around the buildings. I was able to physically feel the safety and the wealth in the buildings. I was able to physically feel and see how everything was just roaming around the streets. I genuinely, I'm not kidding, when I was spiritually able to acknowledge like bills of money flowing around on the street grounds. I was just spiritually able to allow myself to enter that state where I can just see, okay, this is actually a lot of money that's going around these streets. Because I saw Bugattis, Ferraris, Porsches, Lamborghinis. Um, what else do we have, bro? Range Rovers, Mercedes, Audi, the BMW, also smaller brands, Maseratis, Aston Martins. I saw everything, right? But the thing is, there has to be some form of emotion towards, in my eyes, the cars and just the streets in general. You know, Patek Philippe, Rolex, Tag Heuer, all those brands. Obviously, walked across the stores, and it's like, I just want to be around that kind of energy. It makes me feel excited. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel wanna work extremely hard to that specific goal. And that's just one thing, bro. Like, I just cannot do that in my current environment. I just don't have that inner drive, which obviously you can generate. Um, how do you say that? You can generate that things when sort of like yourself and like artificial, but I think it has to come naturally. You have to get that emotion and that drive from within, that inner drive. You have to get that yourself. You have to make sure you get there out. You get out there and actually, see it for yourself. So move environments, move your surroundings, move everything that aligns you with your old identity that was basically the guy you don't want to be anymore. And it's not about eliminating your own personality. There's a difference between personality and identity. Personality is just who you are as a person, and someone, and like your characteristics, like you're funny, you're busy, you're impatient. But like the identity, that's something that you can kill, because an identity is aligned to the personality traits that you actually have, but it's something that utilize the personality traits in the wrong way. You want to utilize the personality traits in a way that you want to be in the future. So what do I mean with that? Well, ADHD, impatient, dopamine searching, that's me personally. I use it in all the wrong areas. Social media, obviously porn, that's something obviously a lot of guys still struggle with. I use that in that area. I use it in not being able to communicate and socially being awkward simply because I was overthinking all the time. But now I want to use the same personality traits for a different identity. Being socially charming, being able to sit still with myself, but also being able to impatiently be patient. And that sounds very irrational, but I think it makes a lot of sense if we really look at it at a deeper spiritual level. But there's like a sort of individual person you want to be eventually. And I just feel like you should kill your old identity. And you have to make sure the only way you can do that is like surrounding yourself with individuals that are the same goals, same dreams, same mindset, but also just the environment. I think environment plays a big role. That's why I want to get my wealth up very fast at the moment to get a little apartment. Like, dude, if I just make, what is it, 3K a month with trading, which is bare motherfucking minimum. That's like bare minimum, but I would be quite good with that because that means I can just get an apartment for 1K a month and the rest of the bills are covered. You know, groceries, quite simple. What else, bro? Nothing much. Maybe a car or like public transport. Like, dude, 5K a month, making 5K a month when you're 18 or 19 years old is already insane. It's already insane. But I shouldn't say that because that gives a emotion towards the money. And that's the difficult part. You shouldn't feel any emotions towards money. But like, you can do so much when you're young and have 5K a month coming in, flowing in consistently. And it's not even hard. I mean, it is hard, but it's simple. But yeah, so who do I want to be? I want to be the person that is socially charming, has a very amazing identity, is very busy as well, like gets phone calls all the time. This lady getting out of her car. She had to analyze the situation. Potential lead, prospect, cold prospect. But there's this individual that you need to be. You need to be someone you're not yet. Damn. My triceps are not even that big. A lot of soreness in my shoulders. I did shadow boxing yesterday. I want to be fit in terms of being able to move around quickly and being fast but also strong and also good looking. Lean is obviously king. I want to be fit. I want to be financially good. I want to have, like, my goal is always 1 million liquid in the bank just for me to spend. And that's obviously besides all the assets that I own eventually on the company's name, which, enter a date situation, don't want to put it on your own personal name. You want to set up an LLC so you're not personally applicable or something in that range to the assets. But yeah, I want to have 1 million liquid. I want to own a daily Mercedes GLE 63, just as my daily car in rose gold color. And I also want a Range Rover on the front drive, a very big Range Rover, also rose gold. And I also just want like an AP, but that's all the materialistic stuff. And I want to have a house in Switzerland, a big villa in Switzerland, somewhere in the mountains, a bit like not around the big cities, like somewhere quite remote. But I also want to have an amazing apartment in New York, around Wall Street, around the Lower Manhattan area, and the lower district of New York, near Central Park. So those are my two living locations. That's what I want. And these are all the goals I have till I'm 25 years old. So I have 7 years to acquire that, which is super simple. Not easy, super simple. 7 years. 7 years, and I've been in this game for more than 3 years. 10 years is all it takes, bro. But I also want to, well, that would be weird to say, but I guess I just want to have a body count of 25 different girls. I think that's something very strange to say, but I also think that that is like the bare minimum for a man of value. And then you can really question yourself. What is your value? I don't think I even should have said that. I think I don't even want to go into this deeper. No, I don't want to. But essentially, that's that. So I want that shit. I want to live in Switzerland and in America. But I want to have my tax registered somewhere. I think in the States, bro. No, I think I want to have my tax in Switzerland. My tax residency. That is that. I wake up quite early, around 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, and I go to bed at around 11, 12. So almost no sleep, but I like it because I'm a busy guy. I really love it actually. I'm someone that doesn't drink beer. I only drink red wine or rosé wine. Go to fancy restaurants, steak, wearing amazing pieces of clothing like tailored suits, tailored shirts with like the the thing, the like the finance bro shirts, that type of shit. I wear that every single day. I dress up nicely, I smell nicely, my hair looks very sharp. Might keeping this hairstyle might switch to a slick back, something in those lines. I'm not married. Fuck no. I am. I'm just an amazing guy, bro. I'm just a guy that everyone desire to be, but no one wants to be in the process of becoming that guy. I feel like I want to be the example of like, holy shit, you can be so down bad for so long, but yet you become someone you never thought you would. I mean, you thought you would, but you never dreamed of becoming even better than you thought you would, because it's all about manifesting, law of attraction, or and that this and attachment and not attachment. And I guess I just want to be a person that inspires people. I want to be able to have good conversations with fellow partners, whether this is in business, whether these are friends, family, or just girls in general. Like, I want to be able to have intellectual conversations with individuals that also roam around streets of money and wealth, and that are also open for discussions. I want to be able to become the guy that people desire in terms of the lifestyle that I'm living. Not the fancy lifestyle, the sort of the quiet lifestyle. But I'm also a guy that really wants to be seen. And that's also where my values lie. Like, I want to be very seen, but I don't want to be flashy. I want to be like the old money style, the old money style where it's kind of private, but you can see when someone has wealth. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not you wearing Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Louboutin or Rolex or EP or other watch brands. But like the type of guy that has like the Patek Philippe, like the smaller Breitling, something in those lines. I just want to be. I want to be seen and inspire people, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's difficult to really figure out who you want to be in the future. Like, who do you want to be in the future, right? What is the identity that you're going to uphold? Got 2 new bank cards received in the mail today. I also got some amazing shirts. How do I look like from the back, bro? Do you see what I mean? Do you see how big my biceps now look? What is that, bro? It's such weird, bro. So weird. But yeah, I'm just brainstorming with myself. And I'm also a type of guy that doesn't want any bullshit in my room. I want to be very clean, minimalistic as well. The Bible, obviously. Like my life, I just don't know. Like there's this big thing going around where I want to live up to what Jesus obviously intended and God intended us to be. But like, dude, it's difficult. Like I want to live a different life than that, and I know, you know, like this life is the best. This is the best life you can live in the words of God. But I still want to be myself, and I just feel like every time I'm reading the Bible, something doesn't click. And I know that is because of the fact that, you know, I don't understand the wisdom yet, and don't understand the reasoning, and don't fully believe yet. And I want to say this to you, dear Lord Jesus Christ, I don't believe in you yet fully. I do believe that the wisdom that you preach is the way and the truth. But I just haven't had my identity formed around it. That's like the difficult part, bro. Not gonna lie. Yeah, let me open my laptop as well. And let me pull on a shirt that I just bought. This was, I gave an example in a video of where, like, you know, I just, you know, I thought, should I really buy this shirt? Do I really need it? Etc. Etc. And I just thought, fuck it, let's just buy that shit, right? Let's just buy that shit. How late is it? Okay, perfect. Well, look, bro, I even have it as my background. The rose gold Rolls Royce, Switzerland, America. Obviously the New York Stock Exchange in the background, and then the AP. Oh, the Mark Piquet. Let me see what the charts are doing. I just took a trade, profited 80 euros. I don't feel any emotion. I feel like I betrayed myself, but it also was a good trade. Ooh, that's a fuck you candle. Oh shit. I just want to enter off of that. But I don't see too much confirmation yet. Nah, because the other one also... No, it didn't. Okay, that one swept that liquidity of the dojo. Yeah, fuck. No, I don't want to enter yet. Don't see too much confirmation. Eventually you get to a point where you're just majestic, bro. These are the types of things I want to be wearing daily. In the future, but also now. That's why I bought them, to live myself towards the future. Right? You guys get that. Well, at least I hope you do. It's tight. It's very tight. But that's amazing. I need to pull my pants down, but I don't want you guys to see my massive print. So I'm gonna stand over here, okay? Don't worry. What do you guys think? Business casual, obviously. This one popping open because of the big chest. And what I always do is like I roll these sleeves, 2 ticks. So roll it up like that. And then grab this one and roll it up again. Dipping it in a little bit. So it fits tightly around the arms. Look at that when I'm sitting down, bro. Look how clean that looks. Like, dude, you're just a man, and you can also see the muscles from there. And when you try to reach something, you know, you got the stretch on the back, which makes you look very muscular. Dude, look at that. Isn't that sick? Isn't that amazing? That's the type of guy I want to be, bro. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna name this video a message to my future self. I'm gonna prove everyone wrong. I made a video back in the day when I basically had a statement of minus 10k. Insane. That's fucking insane. That is fucking insane. Oh, I still have it. Look. Total invested into my dropshipping business back then. 7,401 euro. Yeah, do you grasp the idea? And also, when I was actually doing dropshipping, 3,073. Wow. That's insane. That's insane. And I made a video about this. I had a short clip where I showed the screen and I said, watch me turn this around. And let this be a message for every motherfucker out there who's chasing their dreams, who has a vision to become a better individual in his life. Let me share a message to you. Everything that everyone says that isn't on your level or that isn't where you want to be, don't listen to them. Neglect every single piece of advice from your parents, from your old friends, from your teachers, from your doctor, from anyone that doesn't have what you want in life. Neglect every piece of advice. If they say, dude, why do you got this shirt on? You're not in some business conference. Just like that. Doesn't matter. You're manifesting a frequency. You're living in a frequency that allows you and requires you to be focused on the frequency. You have to be locked in on keeping yourself in a certain frequency, moving in a certain frequency of the individual that you want to be. And you gotta live it now. You gotta start acting like that individual now. And the music that my future self listened to, and myself obviously till this day as well, I mean in this day as well, it's because I'm living my future self right now. I'm manifesting that shit. Is this shit. It's house music. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. You can ring. She likes to pick and choose. New purses, different shoes. New purchase, different dudes. Who's next in the kissing booth? She a lot, fit and rude. Guy box, stick and move. On the top, lips and boobs. But I'm half got different views. She likes a man with cash, man with class. Daniel's Jack. New play car with some standard chat. So I can't wait to get hands on that. Options, not one man, she got options. But I ain't insecure, baby, give me more. Ring my bell with no problems. Caught one, no more fishing for me. manifest and believe. First believe, then achieve. Never around. Never first see and then believe. First believe, then you can see it. And guys, let this be a message to you, for you watching this. Believe your goals. Never let someone talk you down. I used to start 3 years ago from nothing. Nothing, and I'm still at nothing because I didn't believe in myself enough. I let other people run over me. Never do that, alright? I'll see you guys soon. Adios.